trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. Your spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And today is the 27th of March 2026. That means we're very close to the end of March. We got 3 more days and we'll say goodbye to March and welcome April. But if you already having a feeling for Easter, we want to say welcome. And let's go back a few days ago when our Islamic friends were celebrating the end of Ramadan. And we want to say congratulations to you guys for successful end of Ramadan. And Christians are now going into Easter, which is another religious holiday. But we want to say welcome to you if you're part of any of those holidays. Tonight, we're going to have a wonderful time on the program, the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. Paul, the Lord Chulupe is here, Jima Kamara is here, and Mr. Maurice Yakuba Dole will be joining us pretty soon. And of course, probably Francis Mensah will be here. But whatever the case, we are here ready to bring you the show. While we are doing some technical work in the background, let me ask Jima, welcome Jima, actually, because he's been here, out of here for few weeks. That was in celebration of the Ramadan, and he's back. Jima, how you doing? How was the observation of the Ramadan and how was the celebration?
It's a kind of religious commitment, though, and it's a good month. The Muslim believe that it's the best month in the year. If you fast for those days, you got thousands of blessings, and those 30 days, the best days in your life to commit yourself to the Almighty. So you got to keep yourself restrained from talking, speaking profane languages. I don't know how you're going to keep your eyes. If you're forcing someone, you got to keep your eye from seeing those things. So it's a religious commitment. It's good to be away for a while for believers to get engaged in those kind of things. So it kind of so cleansing anyway, religiously.
And I want to believe that you are religiously revitalized. You are
I hope so.
Yeah.
I will tell you something. I want to do during the Ramadan period. I went to one of the mosques in Manchester here, and there's a guy, the preacher, the imam said, the month of Ramadan is the month of just like electric car. You go back to charge yourself, and you go and recharge. So if you charge yourself, then you are prepared to continue. Go always recharge. Don't forget about God. Go back again. Keep doing that religious commitment. Don't say Ramadan is over and don't do the other things we're doing. So go back and recharge. So I'm fully charged. I hope to keep recharging throughout the year.
That's good. And the thing about these religious activities is that once you have that commitment, when you commit and you're doing it, you are like you do not get discouraged. You always strong some kind of way. Even if there is some temptation, you always hold it up to the big God and say, well, I know God is watching me and stuff like that. But we're happy that you guys are back. And tonight, tonight we're gonna be doing a lot of things. First, we'll be talking about some of the things that are happening in Liberia, especially where we have now people are trying to remove one of our lawmakers for some statements he made, and we'll be going deep into those discussions, and we'll go to the international front. Our man Paul, who is responsible for all of these little clips, is working very hard in the background, and when Paul comes on, probably he will brief us. And we want to say welcome also to Mr. Dolly. Mr. Dolly, you look cool. What happened?
Yeah, I just the fast month just finished. So basically,
but you can't tell me you stay hungry because at least you're eating now.
No, I'm not eating, but I stay imitating the same scenario. So basically, we will remain serial until after 1 month.
Oh, okay.
I think
But
you
you
know
charge.
what I'm talking about here. After
I
the fact,
know.
you don't just recover like that. So it takes time.
Okay, but it's good you've been in that team for a very long time. So if people really earn some mark, like religious mark, I think you have enough, even more than Jima. But it's good that you guys are back and the show can continue. So, like I said, Paul will be joining us later on, and Paul will probably brief us on some of what we have in store tonight. But I can tell you for sure that we'll be looking at the resolution put forward by Ghana at the UN General Assembly, where 3 countries voted against criminalizing the slave trade that lasted for over 400 years, with millions of Africans being shipped to other parts of the world, America and Israel and Argentina voted against that. But still, it was 26 countries that voted, 23 voted for, and 3 voted against. So the margin was just, like Donald Trump can say, it was just incredible, like nobody has seen before. So I think that resolution passed. But we'll be talking about that, and we'll hear why an authority from Ghana will be telling us why why he believes those countries voted against that resolution. And we'll also look at as to whether it's viable or whether it's reasonable to actually impeach or to remove or to expel, whatever term they want to use, from the House of Representatives for what he said. We'll be looking at that. But in the meantime, we'll ask Chima if there's any interlude of music that he can play for us while we get set for the show and while we also share the show. So if you're joining us from Liberia on by Jala TV and you on our page, all you can do for us is to share the show, and we appreciate you. So Jima, it's over to you. If you got any interlude of music for us today.
I go. I not see plenty things with my eyeball. I swear I feeling passing more pressure. If you let cause me for not to judgment, they can put so on my skin. I know when you ain't no fool is a big disgrace. My king just a heaven for my won't let it to you when I hate too. So to my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Sitting there, they just want me to do and worry. But my blessing bring un se capeo. I say my blessing para sole, 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 sole. I don't go, I don't go, I don't come with morale. Blessing rising, let us say I go out. Shouldn't run into two jealous, say I know how. Let us say I know how. You tell my Lord, you told my Lord that you ain't get open more. You tell my Lord, you told my Lord that you ain't get open. I say you tell my Lord, you told my Lord that you ain't get open more. You tell my Lord, you told my Lord that you ain't get open. If you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down.
Clappy ENT, baby. Give me that. To my baby.
We get soccer, we get dresser, we get Scooby-Doo. We get Casabonne like Jackie Foam. We get Palopo, we get Slick when we get BBQ. If you say you grown up, I say I grown up too. Boy, anything like open while I flag and die inside. So Jebby there, you Jebby talking plenty. If you feel you're not enough, then you want photocopy. Boy, you and your grown up man, it can make me scary. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you more than me, then lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you too much chronic, lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you more than me, then lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you too much chronic, lying for ya. When Grona Messi, Grona make it hard. Look at Johnny Pikin, one can issue on my block. You tell us some of back into my son. Let them know they real casa on the block. Because he came to go, you will see them all around you just to eat a so. You see tell like Camo play, you tell like Lulu. Even if your phone not on, they blowing fire for you. That one I'm making you so lazy. I love live my life, they ain't get no Oma and Papi. Boy, anything like open while I flag and die inside. So Jebby there, you Jebby talking plenty. If you feel you're not enough, then you want photocopy. Boy, you and your grown up man, it can make me scary. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you more than me, then lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you too much chronic, lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you more than me, then lying for ya. Lying for ya, boy, lying for ya. If you feel you too much chronic, lying for ya.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us. So I said they lie. fool us, so the people lie to us. The government.
Well, I want to say welcome back again. The team is here in full, as you can see. Starting from the bottom to the top, we see Paul the Lord on the far right. I don't know how he appears on your screen, but he's on my far right. And Mr. Maurice Yakuba Kamara is on my
Uh-oh. I like that.
I know.
You've been wanting for a long time. Thank you for acknowledging that, Mr.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't after me. Mr. Dolly is on the far left. Jima is also on the far upper left, and I'm on the far right too. My name is Linford, and you already know the panel here. And Francis Mensah says he's following, so probably he's not joining tonight. But whatever the case, Jeremy, I want to say welcome, and let's get the show going. Paul, you're not here. We already talked a little bit about some of what we'll be doing. And since you were in the program piece, I know you got a lot of things, a lot of information that you wanted people to know tonight, and for which they should stay tuned to the Bottom Line Liberia discussions.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. It's good to be back on the Bottom Line discussion this evening. I want to say to our audience, good evening and welcome to the Bottom Line discussion. If you're joining us for the very first time, we want to say welcome and then kindly help us share the show. So, Linford, yeah, it's good. Before I start anything, I want to say I'm happy to be among the living. It's good to be in paradise, and there's nowhere on. Because when we die, we don't have any voice anymore. So when you're among the living, that's what they say. God made man in his own image. He made you to be in paradise. And I love in every moment of being in paradise. It's good to see all of you. You guys are looking good since the Ramadan. It's good to see all of you. You had enough food. I guess you have prayed for us all that we all carry the blessing to the end of this year until we get into 2027. So, gentlemen, it will be firing tonight here. I know Linford, you lay out the premise. We'll look at Yeke Koluba tonight. Should Yeke Koluba be impinged? And then I have a different version to it. Yeke Koluba be impinged or Joseph Boyka be impinged? Which of the two? We'll take it from that perspective. Who took to defend and to protect and defend the country? Was it Yeke Koluba or was it Joseph Boyka? We'll be looking at that. Those two men who should be impinged, from my view, the Yeke Koluba put his hand up and swear on the Bible that he will protect the people of Liberia or he will protect District 10 where he represents. So who in charge here? Guys, let's have a show tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's about your flow.
I quite interesting thing. I like that. But one thing I want to talk about probably on my mind tonight is people may not like me to talk about is the Arsenal position right now in the Premier League. We in the UK, we cannot go without talking about sport. So it's kind of religion in this place. And I don't know how about Arsenal fans around the world will think about me. And for the past 20 years, Arsenal have now won the cup. And this one could be a consolation for them. And with the other 8 points ahead of Manchester City, I don't know. So I know I got two strong fans of Arsenal right here tonight, Gunners, Paul and Linford. You tell me, I just want your deep feeling. Tell me what you think Arsenal are going to win this Premier League.
Well, let Paul go because Paul lives in
Paul is religiously watching Arsenal every move. I know the recent game against Man City was a disappointing. I don't think you want to talk about that, but tell me your position right now. We got some at the 8 more games to go.
Jamal, when it comes to the Premier League this season, for some reason, God has decided that it will be Arsenal season. And this is what it will be like. Arsenal going to win the Premier League. The remaining games that they have, they got 3 away games which they will beat easily. And one of the games away will be City. Even City beat them. They have 9-point gap between the two. So Arsenal will definitely become the champion at the end of the Premier League season. So that one is written in God has put it, you know, when God gave Moses the Ten Commandments, it's written that Arsenal will win the Premier League this year. So anyone can go the countdown. God have decided it's sealed. So
you mean there's no way Arsenal can lose this game? There's no way at all.
Arsenal now lose.
Even if they lost all their games,
they will have to 3 games that will have teams will beat Arsenal. 3 teams must beat Arsenal.
So the question I'm asking now, if they lose all their games, consider they lost all the games, will they win?
They're not going to, don't even say consider, it's not happening already in stone that they're going to win. Why would they lose? That's the point.
Let me hear you, because you guys are die-hard fans of Arsenal on this platform. So I'm quite interested in your opinion.
I see things as they are, and I see things as they are. The 3-point difference is saying that 9 points is just 3 games, but it depends how many games, how many points all other teams will win with. Even if they draw, they can't win still. They can win us. But let me tell you, the game with Manchester City, I had a dream about this game. I came from work and I was just lying down trying to sleep, catch a little nap in the day, and then my wife started shouting, "Oh, Arsenal is playing," because she's a strong Arsenal fan too. So
9 points.
I tried to open my eyes. So I was being lazy, and in my dream, this game was not going good. So after all this,
I don't know what Francis says, but I can see that the most of the, because for the past 20 years, Arsenal has been disappointing most of their fans. I don't know what they're going to do. Let's see. For me, I'll wait until the last whistle.
Yeah, but listen. Let me tell you, there are some teams that have been playing the Premier League that never carried cup before. But at least for the past 20 years.
The recent tournament, the recent game, what happened? You sure you were winning that cup? You didn't get it. How did that happen?
No. Listen. We knew that we were playing final, and the final was to be decided between the two teams that were playing. So if either of them score and win, they will carry the cup. But this one, we are leading 9 points. So even let's say we draw 2 of our games and we win 1, we still carry the cup. If we draw all 3, we still carry the cup. So what's the big difference?
All right, that would be a good thing after 20 years. So congratulations.
It doesn't matter how long.
It matters. 20 years, man. You know, win a cup.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's what I told you. There are some teams that have been playing forever.
I know Arsenal fans will not like me, but I just like to. I want to warn you guys up before we start a real show, because you guys been bugging me here. What the Arsenal thing, and today at least you can see
you tell me Arsenal
and see what will happen at the end of this tournament.
Yeah,
where are you on the table?
Did you heard Linford saying that he had a dream, so he began to join the dreamer?
What dream?
The particular issue.
People who don't believe in dreams, how will you have dreams?
No. That's why he said.
Yeah. My dream was. I wasn't very sleeping, but it was just a vision that we lose that game. We'll lose that game, because what was happening was I kept being lazy to wake up to see the game. I opened my eye and see, So finally, because I was not actually sleeping in the room, I was in the couch, you have to catch on and the TV there, but I was just being lazy until when they scored the first goal, the second goal, there I said, no, anything getting serious now.
But Linford, do you know why the Manchester people are wishing Arsenal to lose the game? I think the thing is pinning their body. And the way Arsenal going, look, we've been there 5 different times, coming number two. But this time around, the thing is,
I'm for Chelsea. I'm not for Manchester or
even we imagine it. Not talking about you, Padole. I know I see friends say these Liverpool and Manchester supporters, they really against the whole thing. But Arsenal definitely going to win the Premier League. And when Arsenal win the Premier League, look, this is how it starts. There are 3 teams there are 4 in the United Kingdom. So you have Liverpool, Manchester, Arsenal. Then now City is catching up with Chelsea in terms of teams that have won a lot of trophy in the English league. Those are so Arsenal. And one of the good thing with Arsenal is while all of these teams are jealous of Arsenal, it's the only team that can break record in the English league. But let me finish, my brother. Manchester.
We'll do this discussion another time. I just want to.
Let me finish. Then we'll move on. The reason being, it's the only team in the English High Flyer have never been relegated. That's Arsenal. It's the only team that set a record that won trophy, but no team beating them. They call them the invincible. That's Arsenal. So Manchester man, give me chance to finish.
Paul, listen. When you got second, how many times? 5 times years, second tier, you can't win the cup. They're telling me you know go ready.
Okay. So if they need two people,
we'll discuss that another time.
So if they need two guys up, if you have 100 people apply for a job and they need only 2 people, and Arsenal and the winner go, and they are the 2 people choosing. So what? So what's the other people?
You know what Francis just said? He said Arsenal may likely lose this game. So what do you want to say?
That Liverpool supporter, don't worry. He just praying.
All right, guys, let's get to the game. Okay, that's
guys. Okay, so
that was my take on the game, because I know if you live in the UK, if you don't talk sport, then you don't talk anything. You got to talk sport a little bit.
But anyway, in the UK, my real team is Arsenal. My second team is Southampton, because I live in Southampton. I drank that water, I ate their food. So that's why when I was there, man, that was the time Southampton without even winning any game. But the people I see that are very, very committed are white people. Look, I will go sit down and I feel, Southampton on the beach, right? It's on the sea. It open, they breeze. No man, I will go sit down over there around 3 o'clock until around 6. They give all the people, they come in, they complaining, but next game they'll be the first to go again and say, I ain't even there. But guys, I think it's good to be here tonight.
Look at it. Oliver, look at it. If Arsenal loses the Premier League, I will appear on the borderline for the first time. I think that's the challenge. Guys, let's start the show. Or it's good to one of these Arsenal guys.
When Arsenal win, we'll celebrate on the show here.
Okay. Well, it's not too long again. Very shortly we have a show.
But guys, if you guys are celebrating, you shouldn't be all over though. We don't want to see all over here.
Okay, so guys, I think we're going to start. Paul, I think we should start on the home front. To see, or we start from the foreign land. Which one?
I think we should go home front and then end with foreign land, because the foreign land thing is something that everyday people following it.
Yeah, but guess what? Some people don't follow it. Some people get interested in that thing. But let's start, guys. There's a situation in Liberia, because I will not say in Guinea. It's in Liberia. This situation, the Guinean troops have crossed. They are in Liberia as we speak. Their flag is posted in Liberia as we speak, and there have been series of talks. Our president went to Guinea along with the president of Sierra Leone. They had peace talks and they came back, but still the Guineans are still adamant. They still have that flag in Liberia. And this thing is like nobody actually knows the inside, because as I speak, to be frank, we have been speculating. I really do not know the real cause of this thing. People attribute it to mining activity, illegal mining activity in the water that borders Guinea and Liberia. And some people say the Guinean just crossed, they want to take it. No, it's a lot of story about this thing. But one particular person that has stood up on the center stage is District 10 Representative Yeke Yakwaulo Kolova. Yeke Kolova did make a statement. As you shall know, Yeke is this person that that speaks his mind. As Mo Ali describes him, he's not afraid of anything. He can say how you see it. So Yeke has been speaking, and it didn't go down with the government of Liberia, and the government, through its should I say supporters and agents, are trying by all means to get at Yeke and to remove him. When this Yeke is not new to this kind of situation, this Yeke speaks on every topic that comes. He speaks his mind. He says it as he sees it. But the biggest question right here that everybody is asking is, why at this time that the government wants to go after Yeke, when this government, in fact, officials in this government were praising Yeke yesterday when he was saying, or he was doing similar thing to the CDC government. And besides that, Paul just asked a very important question. Between Yeke and Boakai, who took oath to defend and protect the sovereignty and the people of Liberia. Because Yeka was elected, but he did not swear to the constitution. Bwaka did. Bwaka was sworn in and he swear. So Yeka, all of them fall under Bwaka. And Bwaka sits there, foreign country come, post that flag on our land, and nothing is happening. And when Yeke talk, they want to go for Yeke. So guys, somebody talk to me. The security man here is Padoli. Padoli. Should Yeke be impeached? Did Yeke breach any security protocol?
Thank you very much. Should I come in now?
Yeah, I asked you.
Yeah, I don't think the comment from Yeke deserves he being impeached or punished. I don't think so. You see, what is happening is if the government is, if we have a government that don't have no regard for all citizens, and these are some of the things that they can exercise in their administration to suppress people from coming out to see the realities. Even though Yeka is in opposition, the governments need to realize that Yeka is not the friendly force to the government. The government need to know that. So basically, if the government realize that Yeka is an opposition, you should always do things the way that Yeke will not have access to any national security information. And this situation here is not even about the national security issue. It's about public sentiment. It's about public insecurity. The activity that taking place in Lofa County is a concern of every citizens to know actually what is going on. But the government continue to sit down over it, over revealing the actual cost of the activity there. So if the opposition got hold of any of the information, they have a right to inform their citizens, like what Yeke is doing. I think the main opposition leaders and think they're supposed to come up to at least to inform the citizens whatever little information they got. But they are still not surprisingly. None of them are even stepped to Lofa County up to presence, including Yeke himself. Maybe Yeke got his information from the schools, have some relationship with him, friendly with him. But Yeke himself have not been to Lofa to SNT the facts on the ground. So whatever he's saying right now concerning about Lofa situation is about hearsay information from his source. But impeaching him, I don't think is necessary. I don't think the comment he made, he deserves, he being punished for that.
Okay.
But that is the Joe Barker government. You always like that. They go after people that don't that don't like them, or that don't beat the drum the way they beat the drum. So that's a situation.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's get a view from Paul, because this issue, I think it will generate a lot of things from what I see, from what I'm hearing, and from what's obtaining on the ground. If the intent to remove Honorable Yeke Kolba, it will generate a lot of things. But Paul, what do you think? Is it legal to remove? I mean, I'll not ask you legal because we're not on legal thing here. We are looking at it from the general perspective, because none of us here is a lawyer. But do you think they should remove Yeke or impeach him, and on what ground?
Well, the thing is, the representative that wrote that asking for Yeke to be investigated and impeached, that's the question everybody asking: on what ground? before you impeach somebody, they have to do something very bad. And he talking about this would be treason because Yeke said that that land is owned by the people of Guinea. But Yeke say he have records. So have you asked Yeke for his record before he'll be impeached in the first place? No. Yeke is Yeke. No matter what, how they say it, Yeke will be Yeke. And if you remember, Perfect Kid, the man also that they put in jail, we said it on a program that the target was Yeke. This government decided to silence people who have that got strong voice against them. And I'll give you another scenario. Samuel Jackson incident with the death of his wife, the way the government ran into it without even taking their time, they just tell you that they have motive. I'm just linking all of this behavior. Perfect Key was the silent to say, okay, they violated his human right because according to the law, everybody have freedom of speech. The man also, they sent him to prison, which was illegal. So we knew that they were opening room to go for people that Yeke. So now, because Yeke says something that he's from Lofa County, he's very angry with what the government is doing, that Lofa County pretty soon will not be part of Liberia. Anyone will get angry with that, and the government not coming up with clear-cut information. Yes, although he represented people of District 7 in Monserrado County, but he's a Lothian. It's a Lothian. So why Yeke is saying that the government is misleading the people, they're not getting on truthful information. So Yeke is now stepping in to be that opposition leader to say something because we have a weak opposition leaders in Liberia that are afraid to talk to the government for some reason known to them. This is why we have Yeke on the page. So if you have a strong opposition leader, I think the only person so far that has spoken on they will be Taiwan to come publicly and say the other people decide to read statement and how many people read statement. So we don't have opposition. So Yeke now selfie into that role as opposition. The government is misleading the people of Liberia. Nobody knows. How on earth, we're going to a month now, somebody invade your country and the same military, you have your own. You say, oh, let preach this word, diplomacy. How? You'll be preaching until they take the whole of Lofa County? What on earth is going on? This is crazy. So if we have opposition by now, they have gone to Guinea to find out what they told the president of Liberia because nobody knows what's happening. So Yeke voicing it out is getting the government angry, so they're going after him. So to silence him, that's what they're after. That's my thought.
Okay, Chiba.
Right. Thank you very much. First and foremost, the representative Molba, I don't know if I forgot your first name. He's putting a petition.
Molba, some call it months a year, right, Jema?
Yeah, he put a petition on the floor to impeach Honorable Yeke Molba. On the ground, I was looking at the article right now. On the ground article on the Constitution says, let me read a little bit. It says here. He said the violation of the oath of office. When Jacob Kolba was sworn in the office, he took an oath to the Republic of Liberia and the Liberian Constitution not to party or donors or a foreign government. So what I'm saying here, the statement, it doesn't say that he's saying that give the land to Guinea. So you see what happened? They're using against him. He's not saying we must give the land to Guinea. He's quoting the source that the area belongs to Guinea. But then what is happening here is politically explosive, a statement, I can just admit. Jacob Kolba, at this timing, the statement is politically explosive and arguably irresponsible, which is debatable. But for me, what is a crime is given for treason or criminal conduct. That's a different thing. That lawyers, legal people will be able to tell us. But the fact of the matter here is, I don't know why they are using this to impeach him or to suspend him. What he has, because the Constitution says that if you party with a foreign country to give the land over, then it's impeachable. I don't know how to, probably somebody will interpret the Constitution in different form, but this is what I have understood the Constitution, what the article, the Honorable representative is putting a petition on the floor to impeach or Yaka Kolba. But Yaka we know Yaka. He's been saying more things than this. But it has to do with land dispute with Guinea. And it's something that we need to look into. It's debatable whether it's crime. Lawyers will need to tell us whether it's a criminal conduct or it's a treason. But on the level of what Paul just said with the president, I don't know what the government of Guinea is doing. There's an argument that there was some government official involved in mining in water where it belongs to both draws between Guinea and Liberia. And Guinea they definitely moved to Liberia land and hosted their flag. And we sat there doing nothing, right? Agree that, well, let's agree. I don't know what the president is up to the present. I read some write-up saying that he's been speaking to Emmanuel Macron to intervene. So is he showing his weakness? We're not saying that you should get to guns and fight or get sent through water to fight, but there should be some way that this thing should be resolved. Up to the present, the Guineans are moved, in fact, not the water, now they moved into Lofa and hosted
800 meters.
Yeah, that's not acceptable in any situation.
I mean, 8 kilometers, 8 kilometers.
Yeah, and it's creating more fear in the area. It's creating more fear, Linfo. It's not acceptable. In my lifetime, I've not seen conflict between Guinea and Liberia with issue of land. It has been very communal. The relationship has been good. But this guy, when he moved in, the moment he moved his guys in, and we did not take any action, whether through diplomatic means or means to pressure him to withdraw his men, they mean that it showed our weakness as a government. So the point is saying that he's exercising quiet diplomacy. God forbid. This guy can move deeper into Lofa and take over before you talk about the already claimed land. So there's the issue of the mining area. We understand that there's an argument going on that why there should be mining signed without the Constitution of Guinea. Okay, understandable. Why are you moving to other land? That's the question we're having here. What is the president doing about it? He's not being informed. Yaka's speaking about issue which need to be understood. Why Yaka got his information from? That's another thing. What the issue have done in the house, call Yaka and ask him where you got information from, where those details are coming from. Is this something legitimate talking about? Those are not point of discussion, right? He said he's giving over the country to Guinea. He's not doing that. He's giving information that we don't know about. So the argument is he's saying something that we don't know about. We want to know, is it true that this area that Guinean moved into, does it belong to Guinea or Liberia? And what the president is doing, or the government is doing about it. So that's the point, Paul. There's two things here. The president is not playing anything. The quiet diplomacy is not working, and people are clearly slowly moving into Lofa County, and definitely they may go into deeper. And Lofa is a very, very resourceful area. They will move in over there, but you look to be doing so diamond mining, other stuff we do. You can't take them from there anymore, and that's the point. That's going to be very difficult. That's how people claim lands.
Yeah, this thing is really difficult for us sitting here to decide anything or to say anything. I think this government and even the previous government, they are similar in behavior, that when things are happening, for them to even come out to tell us what's happening, we don't know. So the tendency for the public to create their own theories and run with it is very simple. Now, I don't understand this part where the president Bouaka took oath to defend. The word defend, it means to uphold, ABHOR, to prevent any danger to yourself and to your citizens, to your country, to your constitution, to your land as president. Okay? And you took this oath. Even if the Guinean came peacefully, to say, okay, we just want to come in and put our flag here peacefully, no gun, nothing. Okay, you think you'll get allowed and say, okay, you'll come? You ask them why. So people encroach on a land. Ordinary civilians, children, I saw some children over there that would be around 13 years old. They went was shouting and chanting, and those people left. The second day they came. They even came in deeper than they did the first day. And then that can't claim your attention. The civilians kept resisting the people before they sent PSU, and then later on they went there. They said they went to have some kind of peace talk in Gegedu, where the chief of staff went. No, and I said this before, and I don't want to. I'm not beating war drum, or I'm not saying anything that will invoke anything. But honor or Samuel Doe administration will not be talking this thing. I know Joe a military man, so Joe will not accept it for the fact that he is a military man. I mean, this is Joe who, when the rebels crossed Buto, he went to engage them. In as much as he couldn't fight them, but he engaged them, and they kept fighting until they entered Monrovia. Joe did not give up until Joe himself with me in Monrovia until he died. They captured him. Okay, now under a Taylor administration, Taylor will not do this. We saw what Taylor did. Taylor fought 4 different rebel groups. Okay, even up to the Third World War, Taylor was still fighting. See, so and for those of you viewing this video, if you are now Liberian, we'll talk about Third World War that was in Liberia. It's not in a war. That was just a nomenclature of the series of war that we fought. So one of them was called a Third World War. So don't say there was never a Third World War. So please, it's just a disclaimer. And so I don't understand why this Bwaka government will be so adamant. Okay, the excuse is that, okay, you know, our government, our military was dismantled and the restructuring, we are still in the process of recruiting. Yes, we understand that. But then diplomatically, what are you guys doing? You went for peace talk, you came back, and if while you were in the peace talk, people were advancing. So what was the essence of the peace talk? And since you came, what have you achieved that you told the Liberian people? So a citizen, one of your citizens, especially a citizen of that country, wakes up and start talking out of frustration, and people blow it, you know, out of proportion. They make it, they politicize it, and they want to. Well, you know, I'm not defending Yeke, and Yeke is not strange to this particular government. Yeke was talking for this government. Yeke blasted the past government, and this particular government officials within this government, I can name one of them. Mo Ali is on record, is on Facebook, praising this very Yeke as to being the kind of brave man he is. He can say things as he sees it. So it said today that they expect Yeke to be a coward. I don't understand. But again, like we say, you know, we will wait and see how things are unfolding. But every one of us, including me here, sitting far away, I'm afraid that these guys, like Jima said, these guys are coming in and in and in. If they begin to settle, how can you move them? You got to struggle. You got to use armed struggle to move them. And who knows? It may not just be possible. So we are going to lose territory. We know this thing happening. It happens all over the world. So, except let
me say something, Linford. You see, basically, concerned about the statement of Yaka Koloba, he did the statement that impeachable is, or the action that impeachable is this, as a lawmaker or any senior or government official is, when you take side with a foreign government against your country or reveal secret, sensitive information to foreign government against your government is impeachable. But here's the statement that the young man said, Yeke Koloba. He said they play where the people are talking about. There's a area there that belongs to the Guineans. The government need to make it clear to the public how the situation came about. And the lawyer, a renowned lawyer in our country, came out, said that the river belong to the both countries. So when any parties doing anything there, they need to have consultation with the other party. And they didn't do it, and they carry on some clandestine money activities, which is a violation of international law. So I don't know why they are going after Yeke Koloba in this statement. So I don't see.
Again, you just said it. Yeke said that the area in question belongs to the Guinean government. So that is what they are basing on. But I think what they should have done is what Jima said earlier on. Call Yeke in, investigate him. If he has any record, let him prove it. But they have not done that so far, to my knowledge. But all they do now is they're running after Yeke for saying, okay. But then I flip the coin on the other side, right? Francis, welcome. I'll come to you next. But I flip the coin on the other side. Let me just put it this way. Now, there were people, the government had not done anything when this thing happened. It was ordinary citizens that went there to stop the people the first time. So Yeke is like backing the people. Let's just put it that way. But what about it? What has government done for the people who resisted the people? The children are fighting the people. Or literally telling the people, you can't put your flag. How the government reward them? Or are they only looking for somebody who will say the opposite thing There were people who resisted. The people, what have government done for them? The government pay them. The government, what has the government done for them? Francis, welcome, and give us a view on this Yeke thing. The people want to remove him, expel him. What is your view on it?
Well, again, thank you for welcoming. I want to say hi to the panelists. Been a while. See Jamel back and Bob Dolly. Happy Ramadan. I got Eid, and yeah. Just to piggyback on your closing statement before you ask me that question, what has the government done for the citizens who stood up? I think it's wrong for us to encourage citizens, to get involved in vigilante act. While we have a legitimate government, while we have a constitutionally mandated government to come into enforce, do not threaten people's life, do not allow people to put their lives on the line, while we have our armed forces here to defend the 12 boundaries of the country. In regards to Yeket, I think there's accumulated over the years, not only to this government, but to the past government. So I'm not in the legislature, but I think as a Liberian, I think his utterances were wrong. It was not at the right time to utter those comments from him. If the body feels sick, feels fit to impatient or whatever they call it, expelling from the house, so be it. But I say that the statement was not appropriate at this time.
Thank you. That's a view, but I just want to disagree with you shortly before we transition, probably, or say something I got anything to say.
Something to say.
Yeah, what happened in Lofa with the citizens was not what we call vigilante. That action cannot be considered as a vigilante action, or even if it is a vigilante. If we define vigilante, it's just a group of people who try to prevent the unthinkable, the unwanted thing to happen. Vigilantes, they are not some hooligans. They are people who try to prevent, who in the absence of proper security. So if I come to break your door in the night, you sleeping, you sit there and wait for the police to come. You're not even calling. You sit there and say, okay, let me break your door and tell everything. If I want to harm you, you wait for me to harm you. No, you gotta follow. No, your first command to yourself is protection. Protect yourself first. These people live in a place. These citizens live in a place, and they just see strange people coming, putting their flag on and moving in their land. And you say they should sit there and wait for government to come, and we should not encourage vigilante group. No, I disagree with that. Paul?
Yeah, point
Yes,
information, Liver, let me just comment on that vigilante issue. Vigilante is the people that are taking the law into their own hands.
Okay, wait. Let me see.
That's a meaning. That's a definition of vigilante. The people are not going according to the constitution or the rule of law. They take law into their own hands. They are the group of people they call vigilante. So it should not be encouraged in our country. But what we're seeing here is the government have been so slow and so irresponsible in handling this situation. You see, it's just that the people that took the colors and the stake in their hand to go, God forbid, if they could arcade them, they're going to be for nothing. So somebody who got weapon, arm, gun in hand, you taking color or stake to go and chase them out, is risking your life. It's not correct. That's what I can say about that.
Okay,
Linford,
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
you know, it's quite interesting though. I think the government has a plan, and the plan they have here to divert the attention from there and put it on Yeke. It's President Boycott now. People should be talking about his impeachment because he took oath to protect. He's the CRC of the country. He's the commanding general. That somebody will enter the country with and put a flare up. And Liberia don't act. It's going to a month. And they say, oh, let's play the diplomacy. He should be the one that will be questioning him now, his leadership. He's the commander-in-chief. The commander cannot protect his people. The commander should be impeached. So they're trying to put it on Yeke for he to get away with it. To be honest, Yeke did not take oath to protect the people of Liberia, or Yeke did not stand out there. If anything go wrong, I'm the commanding officer here. Yeke is an opposition. Remember the word, he is an opposition. And opposition will pound on any mistake that a government made. So Boyka in question here, the people should be talking about his impeachment because he's not strong enough to protect the people of the. In fact, his own people in Foya, they have taken part of Foya, and he built a hub, a security hub for Mother River Union. The Guinean may go and take it. So Boyka is not capable of defending the land. So they should be talking about his impeachment. That if you cannot do something, we'll be looking at your impeachment because you talk out to protect the people. So if you cannot do something now, 18 days gone, look at this diplomacy. Where is ECOWAS? Where is OU? Where is the UN? Have any move been made to put pressure on the Guinean? Should this be dragging up to July? Before say, oh, should they move further into Vanjema before say, oh, let's get other people involved? Where is that leadership? Why is it so slow? I think Joseph Boyka people should be looking at him. His leadership is poor, and they should be talking about him being impeached than Yeke. So they're trying to criticize Yeke in a way or kill his to silence him. I want to say this to silence Yeke because he's the only one talking. If we have any strong opposition by this time, they will not be after Yeke because we get weak opposition in Liberia. The opposition we have in Liberia, they are scary opposition. So Yeke tend to be the one that will talk tough. So this is why they're going after Yeke, but we should flag the points around that. Boyka is the one now the legislature should be looking at. You talk out to protect us. You're not protecting us. They should start looking at impeaching him instead of Yeke. That's my thought.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And on the point of the group in Lufa, the young people that stood up for their land, being called vigilante, there's another meaning of vigilante. I agree that there are a group of people who take law into their hand outside of the judicial system, right? And at that point, when people encroach on your property, you will not go wait for government to come before you can push your people up. Government will come meet the two of you tussling. You're walking with your children. Somebody can grab one of your child. You stand and say, okay, wait, let me wait for the government to come before they carry before he can take my child. You'll be fighting for that child before the police can even come. And the other meaning, the synonym for vigilante is also called adventure or watchmen. People who are on the vigilance, people who are very active, keeping watch, try to prevent crime, like I said before. So vigilante is not only that, but what say you taking law, you take a law to your hand because at the time there's no law enforcement officer there. So if somebody attack you, you not stand and put your hand on him, waiting for the policeman, they may be punching you, kicking you, you put your hand. No, you'll fight back. That's the art of vigilante. So, and I want to commend the young people of Lufa and everywhere in Liberia. All young people should stand up. If anybody is encroaching on your land, stand up. The government is the one that will come down to power you. But you should fight for your land. You should fight for your area. You should protect yourself, your family, and your people. And so, I think this thing about Yeke, we cannot say anything now until we see what's going to happen. I don't know, in the house, maybe the house has their own rule that they will go back to try to expel Yeke. But this government should know that Yeke is not strange to the kind of talks the Francis mentioned, and we have been saying, Yeke has been doing this thing to the past government, and these same people were clapping for Yeke. Now, it was in their lap, and then it becomes something very bad. And of course, this is Liberia for you. If I'm the devil for you, attacking other people, oh, I'm your angel. But the moment I turn to you, I become an angel for the other people who are attacking before, and then I become your devil. So, guys, we're going to take a short break.
Before you,
Let's recognize
okay.
few people who are with us tonight. I want to say welcome to Elkanah Boya, also Jeremiah Blessing McLean, and Madison Y. Young. We don't know whether you stay there, and Yvette Stephens, our sister, she's always there with us. Lucene Kamara, Oliver Chia, and those of you whose names I cannot see, we want to say thank you for joining us. If you're joining us by way of Jala TV, we want you to share the show or in Liberia, at least we got a few people watching by way of Jala TV. But we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be transitioning to the foreign land.
Jima has something to say, Linfa.
Oh, Jima, you got something to say?
Yeah, no, I just want for to clarify some points. Why Representative Molba is saying that why Yeke should be impeached. You know, we've been saying this, we didn't see a record statement. Yeke made a statement. Those who are following probably saying, what you guys are talking about, what statement did Yeke make? What statement did Yeke make? So that statement need to be clear, and it does that, is that impeachable? That's a question. And what the Constitution of 1986, Liberia Constitution says about it. So I just want to clarify these points before we leave this particular section. This segment, sorry. That is, Yeke said that he has information the area belongs to Guinea. Now, the 1986 Constitution, Article 76 says, I just want to quote that part so everybody know. Okay, I'm going to make this part clear. It says, the Article 76 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia arguing that public endorsing the surrounding Liberian territory to a foreign entity would be interpreted as effort to place republic under foreign control. So he endorsed that that particular area belongs to Guinea. So that is the area they are holding him for. That's got is clear. So the question is it impeachable? That's up to you. I believe, I always going to say that it is politically irresponsible to make that statement at this time when its extension is up. I do believe that he should have not made that statement because it was too irresponsible right now. And second to that, the House should have invited him with that statement asking, Jacob, where you got the information from? And see that it was not the best time to make, even if it is true, it's not the best time to make the statement. I don't want to make it clear before we leave this segment because we want to know what are we speaking about. Is this statement he made? Is this something can be? Is it criminal or is it criminally mandate? Is it criminal, something like politically responsible statement he made? People know that. And now you see Lubasa right now with a lot of I don't know, receiving a lot of attention right now in Bassa with the statement he made. Will he get away with it? Because the way Molba is coming out against this is getting far ahead. So I think the House should consider inviting for a conversation. So that's what I think we should do.
Yeah, okay.
So let me just take 2 minutes of your time, please, just to quickly, not to counter what Paul said in regards to the president taking oath to defend the nation and stuff. The president is doing what he was constitutionally mandated to do. He has engaged, the Guineans along with our, Mano River counterparts on the encroachment of, the Guineans into Liberian territory. Diplomacy takes time. And I think it will be very rash for us to think that the government should collect AK-47s, put our soldiers in battle, readiness to go in and attack the Guineans in any shape and form. I think by us, alluding or calling for that, it gave us no moral right to erected to question what our wars around the country. Russia claimed that the parts of Ukraine and that is going on is that they're taking some parts that belong to Russia. The Cold War and what the Soviet Union era, the Palestine and Israel. Israel claiming that the West Bank is for them. So if we give credence here to violence, armed conflict, arms insurrection as a way of resolving territorial border issues, then it's concerning. The president has done everything he has to do, and we have fought war as a people. It's easy for us to say afar to incite people to go about doing what it's not supposed to do. So yeah, just my point. Even Yeke Koluba himself took oath to defend the country. When he was inducted into office at the Senate, at the House of Representatives, they all took oath to defend the country.
No, to defend his district.
In his country, his district is not part of the country.
It's part of the country, but not the entire country.
The district is somewhere else. It's including the country.
His district was attacked. If his district was attacked, he can act, but not the country. You expect to amass people from district number 10 to go defend.
We shouldn't sound an insurrectionist here.
I want to clarify something here. Nobody is asking the government to get people with AK-47 and go over there. They're talking about the using diplomacy, right? Should it take 20 years before ECOWAS, that city West Africa, to act? Should it take 40 years before we get AU to act? So the urgency in this government mind is not there, and that's the point someone is making. If the president cannot lead on this front, that somebody enter your bedroom.
So why you want the president to get his
There's a direct question that Francis is asking, and Francis, I'll answer that question. No, listen, you are saying that we got different cases here. Diplomacy is different from armed insurrection. You have armed people who came, people with guns. The Guineans did not walk as delegates to come to Liberia. They came with guns, crossed into your land. They were talking, had it been Liberia that crossed into Guinea with guns and put a flag, you know what we'll be talking? And
you cannot assume. You can't assume what happened.
Wait, listen, Francis, this is not to defend anything. The bottom line to this thing is that the Guinean people, they have studied Liberia. They know Liberia is militarily weak at this point. After the war, we do not have an army. That's a fact. And so they can do this thing. Why they can't do it with Ivory Coast? Guinea share border with Ivory Coast. Why they can't do it? They share Guinea with, they share border with Mali. Why they can't go do it there? But because they know we are weak at this point, and you say we should not be asking the government to carry guns. People brought guns. So you expect our government will carry power to there? No. Move your troop there. We not say go for it, but go there. Go stay to your part of the border and stop them from coming. If it causes you to fire, you fire. But do not come here and you not come in there. Simple as that. So what's big about it?
And fire who? And fire who? Fire who? Fire that why? Why in these?
Fire that gun. The people brought guns. So carry on men with gun. But stand there.
The thing here is simple. You have a military that being paid.
Yeah.
You have a commander-in-chief to protect the country that also being paid. Now somebody enter your country, then you hear say, "Oh, we use it diplomacy." So when they take the whole of local county, why you waiting for somebody to act? Don't you have a army that you can
in this case here, where are holding the government responsible in this whole episode is this. When this situation started, the Guinean soldier came first. They entered into Liberia. They put their flag out. Citizens came up and quarrel with them.
Push them back. Just say push them back.
Yeah. Yeah. citizen came and quarreled with them. Message came from somewhere. They withdraw. They took their flag down. They went back to Guinea. They were there. That is the time our government is supposed to deploy military straight away.
Exactly.
That was the time that our government is supposed to deploy military straight away. And they didn't do it. Why?
You know who they sent there? PSU. I didn't know.
In fact, the police had no business to be there.
Yes.
The immigration, and I mean, supposed to be at the forefront. The police supposed to be to the civilian area where they look at the civil matter. But they didn't do that. That's my problem. That's my problem with the government.
But Padole, you spot on. The fact is that the person came and gave you warning, and you didn't act. Then you went to a meeting. After you are on a plane, the post send that too.
Yes.
Then you still say, "Oh, we're going through diplomatic channel." Oh, hallelujah! The old man they can go on the phone. They're waiting for you to act. So that means the president is weak in his diplomatic.
Everybody finish packing their load in that Lofa. That particular area, people have packed their load.
And then he from Lofa, a part of Foya. The president is weak, no matter how so the host should be calling the president to question him instead of the Yeke Koluba. That's my point here.
You know why even give the Guinean the courage to even kind of second and the third time to climb 8 kilometers because they did not see any harm there.
What the House of Law supposed to do at this moment to summon the president to give?
That's the president that should be summoned instead of they're going after Yeke Koluba.
Need to do.
The president is weak.
The House of Law, the House of Parliament is supposed to summon the president to give reason why this thing is going.
Trust me, Paul. Trust me, Francis. If the time the president went to Guinea, while they're having a meeting, and these people are also coming, if we have armed men at our gate, you can't tell me the Guinean guy will kind of push them back and start pushing them. We're going and say, they will push back. But the people they saw nobody. They saw it was empty. Standing there with table uniform. They see them, they say, well, where they gonna so they can walk through there, they push them one side, walk through there. See? So and you can't have people coming to your territory with gun, then you go do diplomacy. So the diplomats will be meeting while the military people meeting too. That was Miss Gange. Because Gange, why they are talking, you're only Accra talking, Gange a boy down the battlefront. And listen, when talking people think that we're pushing war. No, but that's a fact. No. Military action is military action.
I'm gonna be president of Liberia, my own county, and I talk to defend my people, my own county. When they take 4 years, that them will know that we're waiting for diplomacy from Air Force or somebody. We get our own man at the UN. Who's there? Louis Brown. What? This is not on Security Council list that Guinea violated, and they keep dragging their feet. What kind of leadership is that? That's my point.
But Paul, let me just say one thing. We're closing now, but let me just say one thing. You know, we blaming AU, we blaming ECOWAS, we blaming Manon River Union. You know why?
For the leadership in Liberia, they're supposed
you know why
to
did I
send
say?
the people.
You know why all the groups, ECOMO, all of them, ECOWAS, all of them, you know why they not pay attention to the whole thing? That fiasco. What they come and say? Guinea crossing to your territory, you won't put any resistance. You said that there. Then what they come? What
but they're supposed to make the request.
No, but besides making requests, no. But what I'm saying, there should be grammar. There should be grammar when grammar open before the people can come. But the people, okay, you walk in the street. I come to here.
Paul, let me tell you something. Hold
on, small, Padole, hold on. Yeah. Paul, you walk in the street, I come your head. You not you walking going. You think somebody else will can stop me? No, they say they call him so they put enter our country with not put resistance. So why Echo can say, oh, Guinea or more from there? Guinea will ask you, who brought complaint to you?
Yeah, but Liver, here's the situation. The government, the Unity Party government will not go to the ECOWAS because the no follow where that the ECOWAS will tell them that you people are not law-abiding people. When you people were having crashes in your parliament, the ECOWAS came to intervene, but he knows them. You think you will be brave to go to that same ECOWAS? No. Do you know
you see,
because
the main reason why they behind
Yeke
were rock. The main reason why they put behind Yeke, you know what happened? When Yeke made a statement, the Guinean national television, the radio station, everything carried. They say, in fact, the people representatives saying the member of parliament that all made them there. The Guinea people blow the thing out of context.
My man, even people on the Guinean side say that what the Guineans done was wrong. So
they know it wrong.
So what will we use it as as a trump card to go and
we sort of deploy people there. We sort of deploy army. No, for instance, this thing here, my man, you security man. The thing here, you know what we're talking is right. The people in closure deploy our men as we speak. We know how many people have 8 kilometers. You know how 8 kilometers? That whole country there. Some country that are stars. The federal is about 8 kilometers. I don't know.
Yeah, Linfa, you know, when they're going to demolish somebody who generally send an army, they'll be the first to act. But then when it comes to protecting the people, they don't scare, say, oh, we get gone, so let's do diplomacy. You must say that. Those are not the part of Liberia map anymore pretty soon. And you will be saying that diplomacy. When those guys finish taking the how they call it, the whole of Foya, then they go to Wologisi Mountain. Then we'll say, oh, now we're baking the water. Maybe Donald Trump, the Iran war finish, come and help us. That's what we're heading to. You better send somebody there on our ground now. Then they have a buffer zone like what happening in North and South Korea. That's what you need to do. Show strength.
America will be battle fatigue already. They will not look at. They will not even help
anybody. Government is exhausting all the avenues to amicably resolve this.
No amicable.
We have military people there. The presence is not visible, but they are there.
Where
the order is ready.
Francis, how can you make such a statement?
Oh, Kaliga.
But the message is not visible. So we know I will be somewhere and you're not visible.
Pap Dolly, you see, let's be serious for once. Yeah, listen, the OKFM team went to Lofa at that very place. Judas J and what the boy named Chokon. At a point in time, they were going around, as journalists, perambulating back and forth in that corridor. And according to Judas's account, the soldiers came from in the bush and asked a question, who are you guys? And he identified themselves and said, go. He was quite surprised. He said on the platform, Judas J.
What the soldiers should have their say in the first place?
In ambush. That's security.
I mean that's a tactical stuff, my friend.
But anyway,
there's what happened.
What we could pray for, or what we should be opting for.
Live for 1 minute. Let me just tell Brother Francis this thing here. He knows something we call prevention, crime prevention. Physical appearances of a law enforcer can detail that the crime should not be committed. So the army have no business going in a bush to hide themselves. So obviously they are not stopping the crime from being committed. So that is completely wrong. They're supposed to be there.
Even if they're in a bush, the people who can't, according to information, I don't know whether they stay there and are tend to be corrected.
It should be visible.
People who can't 8 kilometers into your, people who can't 8 kilometers into your land, and you hide in the bush. What are you hiding for? 8 kilometers.
In your own house. You go hire yourself on a bed in your own house. How can you do that?
Okay, guys. I think we spent enough time on this thing here. We want to say thank you for watching us, and if you stay with us, be there. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll be transitioning to the international scene where we'll discuss a lot of things happening around the world.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottom Line Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Yes, Paul. I thought you had something to say.
No, go on.
Okay, so guys, enough on Liberia. You know, Liberia is like car. When the tire bursts, if it's the tire, then the exhaust will explode. While you fixing it, then maybe the windshield crack. So everything, too many things about Liberia. Internally, and now Guinea want to add a parallel there. Guinea, you can feel sorry for. But again, they think Guinea is doing something. Guinea just expelled a lot of Sierra Leoneans. I got a video right here. They said a lot of Sierra Leoneans. What? So what's going on? I'm not taking off back to the Guinea team, but what's going on, guys? They think now they Liberia. What's going on with Guinea and the neighboring countries?
I think for me, I think the guy I've seen the weaknesses of his two neighbors, and that's why he's taking advantage of them. It won't happen to Cote d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast will take a strong position because Mother Bio, being a military man, he's going working civilian clothes. They've been having some border dispute, land dispute with Sierra Leone. Probably they took over and they will do at some point. But I think what they need to do, the government need to, if they're doing this quiet diplomacy, they need to find a way to do a little bit, flex a little bit of muscle. Even if international community get involved, they need to get some attention. Or else this guy will be doing the unthinkable. Trust me. So I think he does not respect the international borders for now, and he's going a little bit overboard. You see, they need to be restricted. I think the Malawi Union has to make some move and get other people attention to if they can't face him militarily, you have to also find a way the international community can sanction him to get into his head, so you can understand that you can't just go and just threaten people and take their land or move there if you want to. So they need to do something.
I saw these people that were placed in a small house, over 500 people. They put how to bust the roof of the house to get out, to get air. But guys, let's move to Iran. The war in Iran has entered its fourth week, and there is all this, media propaganda, because every side got their own propaganda. In fact, I saw a video where the Zionists, the Israeli, they say one of their strengths is propaganda. So it's a lot of propaganda from both sides. And one side is saying, well, we have obliterated everything the people get, but the same side is still calling for help. So if I went to a tap and I nap down, I sit in that old pot, then I say, Chima, can you help me? Not people. And I tap hey, everything. Paul, you cry on me. That's it, boy. Chima, Padole, friends, you cannot beat it, Paul. But how many Paul now? They want Paul. Paul can't even move. Paul said should be crying for help, but I don't want who beating Paul, asking people to come help me. So I will play this video. We start like we start with one video, then we explain it. We got a lot of videos to play, but we start with a video and then extend it to other discussions. So, guys, please bear with me. Let me get the video ready, and let's see if we can discuss exactly what we're talking about here.
The Strait of Hormuz is a simple military maneuver.
Very simple.
Yeah, but what did you mean by that?
It's a simple military maneuver. It's relatively safe, but you need a lot of help in the sense of you need ships, you need volume. And NATO could help us, but they so far haven't had the courage to do so. And others could help us, but we don't use it. At a certain point, it'll open itself at a certain point. But we've defeated the enemy, and they are an enemy. They're a sick group of people. The leadership is gone. The Navy is gone. The Air Force is gone. The anti-aircraft equipment that they have, the radar they have is all gone. Everything's gone. The strait itself, the actual strait, how are you? The strait itself is, we're doing a good job. But it would be nice if the countries, including China, if the countries that use it, China uses it 90% of their energy. Japan is 95% of the energy. It would be nice if those countries would get involved.
What is your
And Iran has not made it secret. Iran is saying that China is helping them, Russia is helping them. But you are fighting China, you are fighting Iran, and Iran is admitting to you that China is helping you. Then you want China to come to help you. So are the Chinese going to share their support, one for you, and then one for their friend, you the enemy to the friend, one for you, and you wanted to play double standard. So I don't understand it. But the part that really got to me is that the people, they got no more strength, according to President Trump. The Navy is gone. That means that waterway is even open, because if there's no strong Navy to protect the waterway, it's open. Okay? All the air defense systems gone. Everything else, military, everything gone. Their leaders are there. So what more remain? All you need to do is just walk in and do what you want to do. So why are you calling on NATO, or why are you blaming NATO? And so guys, this is the case that we all should be looking at. And then from there, we will play all of videos and discuss. But let's start from Francis. Francis, if if you were one of those countries in NATO and you want to go help your man, what would give you the courage to go help when the guys literally won the war from what he's saying?
Unfortunately, you name NATO. NATO countries. They are all weaklings. They do not have the guts to stand up firm to Donald Trump and United States. They are all I want to use the word capitulating, but they are all what you call it. What they said from the beginning, they are all turning against what they said.
Let me get something straight. Sorry, I'm not interrupting. Are you
the major countries? Yeah.
Are you saying that they are weak, or
they do not have the guts to stand up strong? They keep falling to the pressure of Trump. They now sending troops to the ships to England, France, and some other countries, sending the ships to the Hormuz Strait. The only country who has refused up front is Spain. So look, United States, we all know they're superpower, but this war is a test for them. The Iranians, they know they're gonna die. They have concluded. They have the conviction that they'll be eliminated, but they will stand up to the United States and Israel until the last man is standing. And what amazes me most is that, look, just before I close, is a president who goes on the international television and talk about summarily executing all of foreign nationals. What there if there had been another country, saying that we'll kill them if they don't agree. I don't know. The world should stand up now. Who goes about the world and just say like he's like I don't know. Hitler was not even like that. To come and just say, we will kill them if they don't agree. Going about killing entire people, head of security agency for a sovereign country, which is not an aggressor. Look, y'all take over, man. Yeah, yeah, talking about all of you.
I know it's a sign of frustration for you, Major.
Okay,
No.
Jimat, take it from right there where Francis
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah, it is. It is. You said it. You almost said everything, Lincoln, and you've been added up by Francis. You also understand that what really puzzles me after saying that those guys Navy, the military, everything's gone, and you still those guys are still launching missiles. Where is it coming from? I don't know. And you were telling me that probably we were around, we were young when Iran fought Iraq for 8 years. So probably you will say that generations has passed. It's a new generation. They're not people who will be prone to war. But Iranians are probably they don't know. Iranians are brought up to face America as a Satan. They'll be willing to face America as a great Satan. For therefore, you can come to say you want to overthrow the government and change regime change in our country. It won't work for them. They will prefer to do their own job and get their government changed, but they won't expect America to do that job for them. We have seen from the start of the war when simultaneously Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump came up to make an announcement that Iranians should take over their country. They are being liberated. And that did not go down well with them. They didn't even listen to them. So people, only Iranian dissidents outside Iran were jubilating and celebrating. And that's quieted down quite easily. But people out there were saying, well, we're going to move in. And now at the same time, I think the soccer team, the women team were out of the country, I think Australia or somewhere, playing football. And they were like saying they were giving them a way to stay out of the country so they can seek asylum. And they went back home and they were received with open arms. So Iranians are not Arabs. And the way they were brought up with discipline. They know that they can't fight US together with Israel, but they know that they always say the war is going to be costly. This is why they're dropping bombs in other part of the world, other part of Arab country, American Israeli interest that they hate. And this I was watching the Indian news channel says that what America Iranians are doing will be like, he hit me, I will jump and I'll hold you, we'll all go down together. We will die together, but I maybe not be able to hold you to fight you physically. Like you can't leave me alone. The war is going to be costly. So, like you said earlier on, the war is it's heavily propaganda, more propaganda into the war. You will see, you follow the news media, but then you don't know where to go. The Americans are saying, the Israelis are saying, the people in Iran, those who also support Iran, what they are saying. So you don't believe what is coming up. But all in all, we hope this war can come to an end, because it's going to be costly not only for the Middle East and also for every one of us. We already have an impact of the war already. With the gas price, the fuel, nothing happening to us, food going to be affected. So that's a sad story. We may not like to hear this, but it's going to be, Europe is going to be affected big time, including other parts of the world. It's a ripple effect. And I think Trump should be able to think about talking about ceasefire, stopping this thing, and go to the negotiating table. When they are willing to talk, and I think they should be able to invite them to talk so they can put an end to this thing. It's getting too much, gentlemen. It's going too long, and you cannot accept that. You cannot continue to endorse that war in the Middle East. It's not good for every one of us.
Paul?
Well, Linford, this is quite funny, when I listen to Trump. And what am I saying this guy who obliterated everything that the people have, and today he calling for NATO countries to help him. Now, you said their military is being depleted. The Navy is gone. You got rid of all the heads. But those guys are still firing back. So all of these weapons that you got rid of, where are they getting it from? That's the question. Then the other thing is, he said that these people, he having a peace talk with them. And the people came and said, no, we're not having peace talk. Then they're going to Pakistan to beg Pakistan to go beg the Iranian that they have 15 points that they want to negotiate on. So think on it. Their superpower that don't fight alone, according they hit and run, they bump in the air, they're gone. But the Iranians said they're not going to go to any negotiation anymore because what happened, they went twice, and from the blind side, they came and bombed them. So this time around, it will be on their turn. So they're waiting for the American to put boots on the ground, which is now, this fight will lead to boots on the ground. And this is where the Iranians been waiting for years, what they've been trained for years. You remember Jamal said something earlier about the Iraq and Iran war that lasted for 8 years. That war was heavily backed by the US, the British, and the so-called NATO, and it lasted for that length of time. So with NATO not helping America and Israel, the Iranians tell you, come. We don't have anything but your come. This is where they're waiting on the American. And if the American fool enough to enter that country, it will be different from the Iraq war. So they are asking, come, we're waiting, come. So the war will end on the term of Iran, not America. Because these guys got something on America, the strip that they need oil from, you guys know that they have, America can't take it. Nobody can take it. So economically, the war will feed it. And because the war is feeding, the pressure is on Donald Trump. He finally means to end this war. And that's why he's going all over the place. Last week, at some point, he even called Putin. They spoke for an hour. So where is this guy going around calling people? You already done the damage. Continue. Man, Donald Trump is a joker.
Just before Patoli comes in, I saw a video, and this lady that made a video, the analysis that woman gave. Look, listen, when I listen to it, goosebumps, skin on my skin. The lady said it plainly, just to give us synopsis. She said Iran has 31, what we call counties in Liberia. Iran has 31. And each country has their own military structure. Void of the RCG, I mean, the RCRG or RCG, the RCG is the OO, but like every country has their own military structure. So if you go to one country, maybe you in Tehran and you kill the Ayatollah, you kill all the other people still sitting there waiting. They're not even fighting yet, they still reserved. They're waiting until you can reach that era. So this lady said the particular war the Iranians are prepared for it. You will have to defeat the 31 countries or provinces, what they call it. Okay. But just to add a little bit to what you said, Paul, before Patoli comes in. To open the Strait of Hormuz, and you get NATO, you get all these things, all the other countries, you just dragging the war. The thing is simple. China and Russia, they're getting, or let's say China, need it. Okay, they're getting most of that supply, 90%, just to put it that way, getting most of that energy supply through that strait. And Iran have made it clear, okay, that the Chinese vessels can go through. Okay, no problem with them. So you think China will wait for some group called NATO or some group, some funny countries come and they want to Australia, so that it's going to expand. Yeah, you asking for help, you're getting your own help too. So Iran too will begin to ask for help from elsewhere too. So this war will just escalate. And I would think that like when he said Paul, they think have gone over to Donald Trump hand. And some video I saw again. Trump is not even in good rapport with Netanyahu at the moment. They're not talking. Because at one point he will say, I told Netanyahu now to do this, and he did it. Okay, he told Netanyahu not to bomb the Iranian oil, something, and he got bombed last week. And so they try to blame each other, and it will come a point, and trust me, I'm not a soothsayer, but trust me, the very America and Israel are going to fall apart over this war here. Trust me. But Padole, let's hear what you have to say.
Thank you very much. You know, the Iranian been ready for this war for more than 30 years. They knew that Israel were imminent then, and he's going to be backed by America. In a Western country, some puppets Western country will follow. So for this reason, they've been preparing for more than 30 years. They've been making their preparation. So whatever the American air forces have managed to demolish or destroy, these are the surface of the war material they have. The real war materials they gather on the ground. That's a country that nearly every corner of that country is a mountain. And the people are very good at digging something they call in military fast war. Tunnel. The base, they can build whole city on a tunnel. That's a country. So the Iranian is now like an Arab, like what Jimmy said. They're quite different from the Arab. There's nowhere in the history that someone has said that Iranians were ever colonized. The reason is they are very stubborn people. So the Americans knew that putting their boot on the ground is a committing of suicide. That's why they're dragging all these things there. They are extending the time.
But the troops are on the way, though.
All these kind of things there. He knew that
the troops are going now.
The troops are going. But to learn is a suicide for them. To be realistic. Because the reason why they're negotiating with Pakistan have common borrow with these people. If they make Pakistan to have small misunderstanding with Iran, they might likely use Pakistan to enter on land. And that's going to be a serious problem. The Pakistani citizens themselves will go against the government. So I don't see this war just going in that kind of easy way, to be realistic. So and one thing that I really admire in this war is the NATO. Like Francis said that the NATO had coming in this and that. The NATO, even today, the G7 meeting that they have, the NATO are demanding that the war should start immediately. Today, they were having a meeting, G7 meeting, because it's affecting the entire NATO country, financially in all forms. More especially England have been the mean local hell with America in this case here. So we hope that the war will finish as soon as possible so people can have a peace of mind. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you. Paul, do you have another video that we can roll?
Let me just ask them 2 seconds. Yeah, Patore said, NATO, for me, now, I'm kind of losing confidence and trust in NATO because the jelly, I call it, and Trump pressure rising, call it useless, call it, then they say, oh, we send it to, and they go and want a friend, then they say they get the talk. They're talking with heart, no. So I don't really trust them.
No, but they are not trusted people, Francis. They are not trusted people. We all know.
I think the fact is that not all of the NATO countries will support this thing, but because they are a group, so we get classified all of them into one category.
Yeah, but lean for Paul wrote a video just the other day that the standard who is supposed not to be the prime minister who is acting illegally. He came on radio, on TV, televised, that the British were going to send one of the ships or two other ships to help forcibly open that strait or man that strait. But he came out, he said it. Macron, who was against the war, but after the man, Donald Trump called all them, names, they all had conferences. Yeah, I speak about NATO in general. I mean, the three big countries. I mean, France, what you call it? Germany, England. They won't say they sending people to go, send the troops. I mean, the navy to go and help man and open Hamas. Okay, yeah.
But for Germany, it's understandable because the present administration in Germany, I call it the chancellor, is the guy, I call his name
Schultz. I don't know.
The chancellor?
Huh?
Yeah.
The chancellor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chancellor right now.
Schultz.
The administration in Germany, I think, is almost a version of MAGA. So they share the same kind of ideology with Trump. So I think he for that is understandable. Okay, but for France and Great Britain to capitulate, I think that would leave eyebrows raising and people scratching their heads. But Paul, if you got any video, you can roll it and we can take it from that point so that we can be able to wrap up soon.
Well, the thing is, I don't know which one because he sent two things here, so I'll start with this one here, and then you got the one with the Africa thing. But let me see.
I am formally announcing my intention to cut off all trade and investment with Iran.
Our second goal is to prevent regimes that sponsor terror from threatening America or our friends and allies with weapons of mass destruction. Iran aggressively pursues these weapons and exports terror, while an unelected few repress the Iranian people's hope for freedom.
I strongly believe that our national security interest now depends upon preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
What I can say to you, Iran will never get a nuclear weapon on my watch, as they say.
This terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon.
So you're telling me that all of the presidents in the modern era have all said the same exact thing. The only difference is there's one guy who came from the private sector and ran businesses and was very, very successful at doing things like logistics and all the things necessary to be successful in warfare. You're telling me that everybody said the same thing and this guy's getting hammered for doing the thing that everybody's been saying except for effectively? That sounded kind of clunky. He's the only one who's doing a good job at it. Everybody else has agreed on the main point.
Yeah, okay. And the reason we wrote this video is to tell you that, and this is what Liberia is going to gradually, the two-party system. And I intentionally chose this video for that reason, to connect it to the Liberian situation, where you have CDC and Unity Party, where the Liberian people in their own mind believe that these are the only two parties that can lead. Okay, even if the two parties are doing the same thing, the other one is there, they come and do it, then the other one come and does the same thing, and still you believe that one of them will change it around. Lie. You saw Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton come from the Democratic Party. Then you saw George Bush. Next, George Bush, Republican. Then you saw our brother Obama, Democrat. Then you saw Joe Biden, Democrat. Then you saw Trump. You see, so that's the American policy. That is written down that Iran can never, ever. So whether you bring one jackass from where to become president of America, they will introduce it to him. This is the policy. You got to do it. Whether you're from blue party, green, white, or red. You see it? So the two-party system is a dangerous system. That system can lead you or the citizenry or the entire country into things that the citizens do not want. But because the citizens put their trust in the two parties, no third option, no other alternative, your whole country can go down a drain simply because in your mind you believe that the two parties are working for you. So guys, we just played that video to let you know that the Iran thing, yes, Donald Trump is the macho man among all of them. He the one chose to do the job with the coercion of the Israelis, and now he's giving all the blames. But this is something that he met on the table. The agenda was there that it should be executed. And George Bush with his weapon of mass destruction, I don't know what about this guy. I mean, he started eating with Saddam Hussein. So where is the weapon of mass destruction in Iraq? Where is it now in Iran? Anybody got anything to say on it?
No, Linfa. Let me come before Jamal. Linfa. If Liberia have oil and have all of the things to make electric cars, and it not a plane or listen to the piano of America, all of them that will come to power will speak like that. That Liberia is a terrorist state, and we cannot have this. They would not accept this for our national security. You on the other side of the world, the person on the other side of the world, what does that have to do with your national security? So they cannot have they all been, because they want the Iridian oil, so they've been sinking this song for decades. And it started when? Back in 1953. So this is not something that is happening now. They all been sinking it. Remember, the British will took the people oil and called it the British petroleum until the guys got rid of
BP.
Yeah, they got rid of the Shah, and then the people took over their country. This is what pinning them, because they want access to the people oil, their natural resources. Look, if Americans feel so threatened, there's a guy sitting down, they call it Rocket Man. Why on earth you are the world most superpower? You can't go for the Rocket Man who, when he wake up, he just send rocket everywhere. But the guy who's sitting down over there, you classify him to be the worst person on the planet Earth. But the guy who fire rocket every day, he's okay. Because this guy, the Rocket Man, don't have what they want. If they want something, they will paint you as the world most terrorist person. But it's the America that have over 200 bases around the world. They can go overthrow a government when they want. They're not terrorists, though, but they are war peacekeepers that they will overthrow a government and nothing come from out of it. So you see the hypocrisy in the world that we live in. There's a sin America that will bully the so-called useless UN that good for nothing. They can't say anything. Nothing come from all of it. They will commit criminal act. They will not go to the war crime court. Only the poor Africans will go there. This is the America we're talking about here. So if they're not in their favor, that's it. Because they want Iranian oil.
We'll go to Patori, but before Patori comes in, we'll go to Patori, then Francis, then Chima will be the last to close on this one. But I just want to imagine that France will go to America and say, we'll come here and establish our military base here. Or Great Britain will go, or Iran will go there and say, well, America will tell them, but we are the big guy. Why you come here and establish a military base? We protecting you. And the mistake that other countries have made, like especially Arab countries, is to outsource their security to America. And this is where all the problem coming from. But let's go to Patori. Patori, you heard all your president, all our, because you know, Liberia, we are part of America, right? So I'm not selling us to the world as such. But that's what they say. From Bill Clinton to George Bush to Obama, from Obama to Biden, from Biden now to Clinton to Trump, right? They all sang the same song. But Trump has a Trump card, and he the one decided to hit a hammer on the head. Where are we going?
You can hear me now, Solo?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You know, to be honest, the thing is an open secret. Everybody knows.
Yeah, what is that secret?
Like what Paul just said. The afters, their financial gain, nothing else. It's not about national security. It's a financial gain. So, from Bill Clinton to Donald Trump, all saying the same thing, and Donald Trump is the one that doing the act now. That shows that this is the one that they've been planning for ages. And what since that time, these people too have been planning to wait for them, because they knew they were going to come after them. So for this reason, that's the reason why the people plan to say, when this war comes, would we agree that they are most powerful? They got all equipment, they got the money, they got support, they got this and that. But we'll dare their clothes. We'll put all on their work clothes. So that's where we are right now. The people are putting yesterday, the plane that they put out, the Iraq follow it. Where the Iraq came from? From Iran. They sent it after them. Beside that, they were bombing Libya. I mean, this country here, how do you call it? Israel.
Lebanon.
No, the Israelis were bombing in Lebanon, but the Iranians sent missiles to Israel yesterday as well. So the state had the capacity to direct their crews.
It means that Iran still has capacity, contrary to what Trump is saying. But Francis, you do follow these things. I believe that you can now see how these things started. Even though Trump, everybody is blaming Trump, and rightly so, for him being a brave guy to do the terror job. But it comes from way back. What can you say about it? Why you think?
Look,
I mean, everybody should blame Trump like that.
It came way back from the 1947 agreement. When the British and the Americans allowed Israel to take the people land and decided to support them, weaponize them against the so-called enemies so that Israel will stand alone in the Middle East to dictate to other, the other countries there. And fortunately for them, they subdue the Saudis and the guys from the Emiratis, that they are Israel's friends. And Israel in itself is a contrast to everything it said. It financed Hamas, because they wanted the PLO to go away. The Palestinian Liberation Organization.
The Palestinian Liberation Organization. Yasser Arafat.
Yes, they supported Hamas. They had the front door open. That is so. So look, all the things that's going on, in terms of America and its strength, and Israel, Iran still having nuclear. The Iranians are one of the smartest people in the world. I've never met one Iranian that does not have a degree or that's not smart and above the age of 25. I've never met one in exile here. So these people are very smart. They're smarter than the Israelis, smarter than the Americans, and they knew that this deal would have come. So I said it from the beginning. They may bomb these guys, but they will stay until the last man fall. And we will see. Waiting for that day of reckoning where the Americans will put boots on the ground. I hope the news none of our Liberian got them better than who won the citizenship.
Americans,
No, yes. I agree with Francis. I hope because we get a situation with Guinea and our brothers can go help our army because we're not many, instead of them going to do something crazy on the other side. If I were in the military in America now, I would be running to Liberia to go help my country if you won't go die.
Okay, let's go to Jima. Jima, it's a miro.
Jima is frozen.
No, he's not frozen. It's the volume not coming out.
The volume not coming out.
Yeah.
But
not yet.
Why
again.
Jima is still struggling with that thing? But I think you guys made a point. You see, the thing is, Iran is one of the countries in the world where they are slapped, General Russia, they are slapped them with all the kind of, even drinking water sanction, they put it on there. So they post, okay, they watch themselves, they look at themselves, they say, but we are the most hated people in the world. So if we don't stand for ourselves, nobody will stand for us. So I think every child in Iran mandatorily must have to go to school, and they must be educated, learn something, be something like professional, so that they will be able to defend themselves, because nobody will go for them. The entire world, the whole country, the whole biggest country in the world, stay threatening you that you can't do that. So you just feel, I mean, they consider themselves walking dead, because America, which is the greatest country in the world, according to them, the military threatening you. So they consider themselves walking dead. So I think this is why the Francis said they try to educate themselves, make themselves to be able to survive. And the war that they're fighting, and I hear people say, oh, Iran cannot win this war. No, hell no. Iran did not declare a war to win. When you declare war on somebody, you declare with the intention to win. But if somebody declares war on you, you're defending yourself. Whether you win or not, you are fighting for survival. If I attack you, you are not defending yourself to win me. You are defending yourself to either overcome me or to save yourself. So Iran is not fighting a war of victory. Iran is fighting a war of survival. And that's what people don't understand. So, Jima, are you okay? No, you still not okay. So,
Jima, go out.
Go out and come back and let's see whether we'll make it. But in the meantime, let's recognize a couple of people. One, Lucine Camara say he is from Guinea. I'm from Guinea. So Lucine Camara, you from Guinea? I don't know. If you're from Guinea, what you want to say? Why is a Guinean? What do you know about your group coming to Liberia? Maybe you can just post it, or you can write. If you can write, you can write in French. We can translate it. So we can translate it. If you know any reason why your government, your military is in Liberia, maybe you got some reason why. All of us here, we are not in Liberia, we are away. We are far away from Liberia, but we're getting information that your military is occupying some part of our country. They cross the border. But if you have a time, you can post. You can write. You write in French. I think somebody can speak French. But guys, why Jima struggles with that was a situation. Our time is actually fast spent. We should be closing by now. If Jima doesn't come out, I know quickly, I don't know whether Paul will be able to play that video about Ghana. Liberia, Ghana is one of the oldest countries in West Africa. Jima, test your system and see whether we can hear you. We still don't hear you. Okay, so Guinea recently put a petition, should I call it petition, on the floor of the United Nations. And
Ghana or Guinea?
I say Ghana is not Guinea, it's Ghana.
No, you say Guinea, maybe.
Did I say Guinea?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, sorry, they all start sounding almost very similar. So Ghana put this resolution up, and it was actually adopted because it was 126 countries. 3 voted against it, and those 3 were America, Argentina, and Israel. Okay, and somebody was telling me that the president of Argentina and Netanyahu are cousins, so they can go against each other. So this resolution was adopted, but this resolution tends to basically criminalize slavery that affected Africans for over 400 years. And that has not been mentioned. And so this resolution sought or is seeking to criminalize it, and there will be other things that will follow, the reparation. But reparation, according to the Ghanaian negotiator that was on this project, reparation is not a mean. But for the fact that it should be mentioned in world history. It should be recognized. And so I know, Paul, that video is very, it's a bit, I think 3 or 4, 5 minutes. So if you can roll it, and let's hear, then we're going to close on it.
Those that voted against the resolution was the United States. Were you disappointed by that vote?
So I would like to comment on the reasons they gave. They sought to create the impression that the time for negotiations have been short. The president of Ghana served notice last year in September. Immediately thereafter, we put together a broad-based coalition, including experts, academics, researchers, historians from all regions of the world. And we commenced negotiations. We allocated 3 hours, twice the time, and had multiple rounds of negotiations. So there are some that to us, it is clear that even if we gave them 50 years, they would say that the time is not enough. Secondly, the claim they have made that we are seeking to create a hierarchy of crimes. We have stated clearly that it is not about hierarchy. We are only speaking to a historical fact. Never in the history of mankind have we had such a systemic crime. We took over 3 centuries, more than 300 years, with its consequences still lingering unto this day, manifesting in racism, in structural inequality. What is fundamental, which nobody can deny, is that more than 12.5 million people were forcibly removed from the continent. More than 3 million people died, were tossed into the transatlantic ocean, which is a mass grave site. And in our country, Ghana, the country with the highest number of slave forts and castles, we are living witnesses on a daily basis. When we go into those castles and forts and we see the door of no return, we break down.
One of the key reasons raised by the United States for which reason they are abstaining is the lack of clarity on who is the recipient of the reparatory justice. What is your response to that?
It's surprising. In this resolution, talked about frameworks which will put in place that will take care of the consequences, the lack of opportunity, discrimination, the degradation of people of color. And we have made clear that African leaders or Caribbean leaders are not looking for money. It goes against our conscience to seek to profit from this. We are talking about courses to deal with the structural inequalities. And we are also talking about the return of artifacts. There are thousands of artifacts from Egypt all the way to the Ashanti Kingdom in Ghana. Again, it is totally wrong for a claim to be made that there is no clarity about who benefits from reparatory justice.
Okay, guys. This is about, and remember that Black History Month just ended. And so Ghana highlighting some of these things at the United Nations, I think it's in the interest of all African countries. And countries like America, in my own opinion, for America to vote against this resolution is a disgrace to all people of color. This is a country that was literally built on the sweat, blood, and souls of Black people and Native Americans. And that this country, even up to today, they still do not recognize Black people as some of the most important people in the formation of whatever they have ongoing today. For me, it's heartbreaking. And I think it's time for all people of color everywhere, all Black, especially Black Americans, to begin to take this thing seriously. But I will leave it right there and hear from each of you. We'll be closing. We need to actually close by now. Let me start with Jima because you are out. Jima, are you on? I can see your microphone sound on now. You just unmute yourself. Let's see whether you're coming through. I'm not sure. No, you're not. You're not still. You are not still coming in. But while you work on it, let me go to Francis.
think Jamel can he go out with the earphone, take it off, and maybe he will be able to talk. I mean, take the headphone off.
I think actually it's a microphone. But so yeah, Francis, I mean, here is great America, and this is the country that policing the world, that's pushing justice, human rights, and all the kind of thing. They go and destroy all the country for human rights business. They say Iranians are killing their own people for demonstration. And you took whole continents, people from continent, and you carry them and you use them as slaves. There are pictures, gruesome pictures, grotesque. And try to vote for a resolution. Nobody is telling you to pay anything. Africans are not asking for money that you heard in the video. All they want is admit that this is a crime, and you vote against it, and then you expect other people to follow what you do. Talk to me.
Look, the Americans actions that are voting against that in the resolution, it clearly indicates that America as a country is very hypocritical. They are here trumpeting the Holocaust, and Israel as a country as well, who endure, persecution like the black people, are the ones who are going against that.
Israel of all country.
Yeah, there's a high degree of hypocrisy. America fought against, some Americans know, America as a country, the abolition of slave trade. So how can you, in a reasonable state of mind as a country, people of conscience will go and vote against such a resolution? So that's hard degree of hypocrisy, and that it goes against the core value of America, what it stands for. When it comes to owning up to what you did, America does not own up. They never ever agree they have done wrong. Never. They have justification for everything, even when it's clear that your actions were unjustifiable. America still wants to justify. So I may not take all you guys' time. America as a country is a threat to civilization. It is threat to what you call it, the rule base all of the world, and they need to be put into check. Quickly before this, I'll take this, use it as my closing. Cuba, America is going against, I'm not going against what they're doing. They are trying to suffocate the Cuban government and its people. Who does that? Who goes to other country and suffocate the entire economy, and suffocate the entire people? There's no electricity, there's no food, there's nothing going to the country. Look, this country is a threat to the whole global community of nations.
Okay, Padoli.
Yes.
Here we are. Black people suffer to build America. Black people, as we speak today, even some of them, if you ask them where you want to go, they say they know nowhere to go because, of course, understandably so, over 1,000 years, these people have no access to Africa. They know anyway. I personally talked to one man and his son who used to come and do my sister's garden. This woman asked me, the woman said, you think if we go to Africa, you think people will accept us? I said, of course. He said, I'm not too sure. He said, but where can we go? I said, myself, I don't know where you will go. We don't know where you came from, but you can go anywhere in Africa, the people will accept you. So this is the dilemma that Black Americans have, and they call this place their home. But their own country will vote against something in their own interest. Talk to me.
You know, to be the American situation is an open situation for everybody to know. America will be on this kind of violence. People that left from Europe, they moved to America and meet the indigenous in the end there and pressurize them and take over their land. And the British went after them there. Those that run away from Scotland and this place there, Northern Ireland and thing, run away from the British, the English people, run away from the English people to go there and suppress their people down there. When the British went there, they fought them. They say, we run away, we come here, then you come after all to colonize, or we will not agree. That's the time they call. The group that organized themselves, they call them the Patriots. These are the Patriots. They fought that war until the America became independent. So America have been in such a manner. The Black people, they know full well that majority of the Black people that we took from different African continents and stuff and things, they take them against their will. The reason why they gave the Black people freedom is the people fought them. They were killing their slave master. They hanged some of them. The violence was too much, so that's the reason why they say, look, I think we need to release these people. We need to take the chain from on their foot and on their neck. So America's situation have not been so easy. So for America to accept anything easily, I don't see it happening. Most especially the president that they're right now, this is my closing statement. Most especially the president that they're right now is a descent of Hitler, the German. People know among the West, the weakest minded people in the West are the German. So this man will not be in the leadership. You will allow his representative at the United Nations to vote in favor of that. That's what I can say.
But Germany voted in favor though. But let's go to Paul.
You know what happened? Not all German were supporting Hitler. You know that, right?
Yeah, but not all Americans voted against it. So we are saying, I mean, let's be fair. We're saying America voted against it. So if you go in the street and ask ordinary American, do you support it?
Who are representing them?
Yeah, but we taking it on the country level.
Yeah,
so some white people will say, no, we really support it. We really support.
But the people that were representing them, they don't want to vote against it.
Yeah, but that's the representative talking about that. So Germany representative voted for it. So no, we can't put on any same.
Okay, why we say today Joseph Baker is not doing anything? Because he representing us.
So Paul, do you have anything to say towards this? But just before Paul comes in, let me just make one comment quick.
So gentlemen, I'm going to leave you guys.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Pat Dolly, for being with us, and we hope to see you on Tuesday.
I'll be with you every week now, Tuesday and Friday.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
But Paul, just before you come in, you know, this thing, how do you see it? How do you see it affecting America's relationship with other countries when America will want to go out to kind of Liberia and tell we Liberians? No, I'm using Liberia. And it's good that all of us are Liberia, right? I'm using Liberia, giving our history that free slaves, Liberia was actually purchased for free slaves to come by, okay? And we take it in good faith that America was a good country. They freed the slaves, they brought them to Liberia, back to Africa, we agree. But this is a country that is also voting against criminalizing the slavery So how the paradox, you see, so how does the ordinary Liberian like me look at America hereafter, and how does the ordinary black guy walking in the street in America, who is a black guy who knows nowhere in Africa, think about America?
That's an interesting one. But Linford, in the first place, the blacks in America, they are the second-class citizen. No matter, for over 400, 500 years, they've been there. They were free, but the state don't consider them as American, although they are Americans. So it just tell you. I mean, it's just recent time Martin Luther King, they were in the 50s when they were all preaching for the freedom of those people. So America did not fully accept it for black people to be free. That's what they're telling you. They didn't accept it. You see, and if you want to know the truth, watch Donald Trump when he speak about Barack Obama. He even questioned him when he was president that he was not even born in America. You're not an American citizen. Think on it. Because he was not where he was not American. So what does that tell you about them? They didn't accept it that black people could be free. That's just a simple answer to that. But America is one of the biggest hypocritical countries in the world. These are the people that take the Bible and preach on the Bible. And they stick with Israel, that murder. They all in one. Jesus, God, the Father, the Son. They stick with that one. So how hypocritical are these people? And they will tell you, say, they believe in God itself. They come and bring the Bible and preach to you. But then they prove to you at the UN that, no, you're not human being. That's what it's saying, if you're black. So maybe Jamal gets something to say on this.
Yeah, Jamal, let's hear from you.
Jamal, your microphone still.
Your microphone is still off. But guys, unfortunately, we're going to be taking, not unfortunately, well, it's unfortunate for Jamal that he cannot talk. I know he got a lot of things to say, but they say total want to pass, but he has short. So
and I really feel he pain because this is so the topic interesting. He want to contribute. It's so hard. But anyway, it is where it is. Sometimes technology can let people die. Happy to me every time. So I know I feel technology can let people die.
And so, but guys, just imagine that the whole internet, the whole system in the whole sky go up. What will happen? Airplane will not fly.
So up to present,
just will not operate.
Nobody can hear me, no?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I see at least. Thank goodness.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Just short notice. One thing I want to say concerning the United Nations and America, you just need the first and foremost, let's look at it. United Nations should not exist. That's the first and foremost. Because they are useless.
It does not exist. That's the fact.
It should not exist at all because...
Yeah, but it does not exist.
Okay, so whatever comes from the United Nations is not going to go anywhere because it's been vetoed by bigger countries because they got upper hands. And what's happening right now in the world, when the United Nations came out to say that they should stop this war, nobody's listening to them. So what the essence of United Nations? So whatever they say, you do expect America they always veto things when it comes to them, when it's not in their interest. You know that American soldiers cannot be held responsible for war crimes. You know that. They said because orders come from the hierarchy when they put orders in the war front. So soldiers should not take responsibility for crimes on the war front. It should be the bosses that put the order in. So they commission the crime. So they have reasons to be. American soldiers are exempted from going to war crime courts. So that you know that. So existence of United Nations is a waste of time, waste of space, and waste of money, and waste of energy. So there should be no United Nations because it does not exist. America does not respect the laws in our global United Nations. So what small nations should do? These guys going over like Ghanaian representative telling us what they've done 3 hours, they observe stuff. It's just all show based. I don't think we should even listen to him because he's not going to go anywhere. If they agree they're going to pay for reparation, who are they going to pay? Who's going to pay the money? They're not telling you. They are demanding that they should pay, but nobody's accepting that they will pay. Nobody is accepting the crime.
No. He clearly said the Caribbean and African leaders are not looking for money because it is against our conscience to I mean, yeah, rightly so, that they forcibly took our people, then we say, okay, your money. So it means that we are agreeing that we saw our own people, because that's a story that they tell little Americans. The black children, they tell and say, your people sold your people to us. So that the black American, when have revenge against them, they tell and say, we saw our own people. So if we go now and accept even a savor or penny, it will be like Judah, selling Jesus Christ for 30 pieces of silver.
Yeah, live for granted. You can also understand that it goes with financial benefit as well, because the damage is too much. You can't only do the return to artifacts. I heard you saying other things that were taken away from centuries ago. We still need money to repair these damages. So, and they know what it did to all these countries, so they don't want to be held responsible. So, what we, in essence, they don't want to tell you we want money, but we want money to rebuild the lives of people that you damaged centuries ago. It's necessary, but who is taking the responsibility? He didn't say that. They're not accepting the responsibility. Except you will see that the Church of England once said that they were involved in supporting slavery and stuff like that. They apologized, but were they paid? Again, when they say, "Oh, we apologize, we're involved in the supporting slavery," and we have a guy, Caesar Rose, who had a statue around here. It was brought down during the Black Lives Matter. Those are the time people begin to know these guys were the one that was sponsoring slavery in around the world. But what do we benefit out of it? His statues and the bigger statues around the world were brought down. But where do we get?
I think one of the points in our resolution, Tima, so you can expand on it. Let me make it clear so you can expand on it. I think one of the points in our resolution is that they want the inequality. They are highlighting the inequality because like you said, people are still thinking that Black Americans are second class, third class citizens, right? Yeah. So the inequality is nothing that they need to address. Even though we know the racism, people are born with it. I live in Europe, I know. The white people are born with racism. That a kindergarten child will ask me, why you doing here? Kindergarten child. And I asked him, I said, why you ask me why I doing here? He said, my father told me, he said, Black people not supposed to be here. I mean, this is a child between 2 to 3 years old. So these people are born with this thing.
Granted, let's go to the point here. I agree what you're talking about. What I want to know is that bigger countries like bigger hands and deeper pockets, you're able to take the lead. If we come up with a complaint like the Ghanaian representative, or where he was the one that spokesperson said that this is a situation. America, Russia, other bigger hands say yes, it was all wrong. We'll make sure we get this thing done. But they are not saying anything. We keep saying these things over and over. Look what is happening right now around the world. They right before your very eyes, they attacked the United States together with Israel, attack this country, attack Iran. And we're still going through 95% of people saying that it was wrong when they're in the negotiation, they attacked them. So why are we talking about United Nations anyway? So nobody's listening. The big guys with the bigger hand, they're the one running the country. So it's all about the political, Jemery telling us that we can do this. It's all about political games they're playing with us. And you know that because we don't have anything. If the African leaders, if they are these powerful nations, they are ready to overthrow, they go ahead and do what they want to do in Liberia. They wanted something in Liberia, they build the Omega station in our country without even our permission. Small money was given to us to build that to do a lot of surveillance, security surveillance in our country. You think if the people in Liberia understand what that Omega station was for, you think what they do it? Well, how much you benefit from the Omega station? Probably don't know, I don't know. Probably a processor can tell me how much you benefit from the Omega station over how many years in our country they'll benefit getting security surveillance around the world. So there are a lot of things we know without
having. Giving you a verse.
Oh yeah, right.
But guys, I think I will suggest to African countries or all people of color all over the Caribbean and whatever that the African countries, right? We have the resources. We have almost everything, the weather, everything that these people want. We put moratorium on it. We say, no, listen, until you can meet our demand. You see what Iran doing now? Iran is saying, yeah, you want to talk, but we say you withdraw all of your troops from Europe. I mean, from the Arab world. You dismantle all of your bases. These are demands. We say, listen, we are not selling anything to you until you can do this. because this is our strength. We don't have the military might, but at least we got the resources. Congo can say, okay, you're not taking any mineral for you to fix mobile phone, electric car, and all these things until you can do this. But again,
how can that be possible? When your president will tell you kind of disrespecting your president, say he can speak good English, and you say, yeah, I learned that.
But the first thing your president, they attack a country, then you won't call Emmanuel Macron. They attack a country, then the country that attack a country, you won't call that colonial master.
Anyway, so we don't have the means to can't speak, we can't walk the walk. We only can follow. That's the only thing we can do. So we have the resources, we don't have the capacity or resources to defend the resource. So we need somebody to develop the resources in order to make it more useful. So definitely we end up being the third person. We'll not be on the table to discuss it. We'll be the one on the coffee table, but we'll be at the back there saying, Mr. President, whatever you want, we'll support that. And look what's happening right now.
Somebody said, if you are not sitting on the table, you'll be on the plate. You'll be on the menu.
We'll be discussing on the menu.
But that's the truth. That's the truth. Because the thing is, these guys, even right in West Africa there, Burkina Faso, anyone using Ivory Coast to go after, just look at it. So this is the problem that Africa faces. So you have the resources and the guys will use some. Look, let's go back into history. Thomas Sankara and the story with this guy, Patrice Lumumba, and his old friend, Mobutu. They use their own people to go after these people. So this is, they use our own people because of greed. So that's why it is. You think Africa, when it decides it, look at the Asian nation, for example, Vietnam, Singapore, all of these countries. Why are they going up there and then Africa keep going back? And history tell us, I think it was Malaysia or Singapore, one of them, I went to Liberia to ask for the open door policy from Tonga. Where are they today?
Singapore and Malaysia.
Where we are. You see? So why is it that we have everything, but then we being controlled by one guy sitting in Washington? Look, the example Jamal gave just now. Our president was so happy he came back, he spoke good English. That's it for you to be happy for?
Yeah, it's a deliberate thing by these people, bro. But I mean, I have to go, man. I mean, guys.
I think this is one of Francis' best personal best to stay off of LR. Thank you very much, Francis.
Yeah, we are leaving now. But guys, I think it was a crucial.
I mean, when I was here, you're not there, bro.
I know you're going to come back on me, so I don't pick on you. I know you're going to come back.
I've been welcoming you back. I'm on the way.
Okay, guys. So I think it's been a good show. We want to thank a few people here. Who is this legend? Is it Lenge Lemna Harip? And a couple of guys who join us want to say thank you so much. Madison Young, Jeremiah Blessing McGill, Elkanah Boya, Harip, and also our constant followers. They were here, or Oliver Chair, of course, or Yvette. Sifas and Lucinda, you see from Guinea. So next time we hope you'll be here and tell us exactly what you think led to what's happening at the border. But we'll be here on Tuesday, guys, and we'll come with new development. We don't know, probably Iran. I mean, Donald Trump is saying that Iran is begging them, and Iran is saying that Donald Trump is begging them. So we don't know who is saying the fact, but we can hope that this war will end. So that I went to the pump today. The other day I went to the pump, I turned around. When I went there the next time it was worse, so I had to take it. I went there today again. I said, get more diesel, right? I went there today. I look at it, I said, well, let me raise more tomorrow, Saturday. So I'm going there tomorrow, maybe. Luckily. But so this is affecting everybody, even in Africa and all around the world. We in Europe, we got nothing to do with that thing, but it's affecting us. Country like Norway, we're producing oil, but then our oil price is even higher than Great Britain. But we'll be here again on Tuesday with a fresh edition of the program. I want to thank all of our guests and our viewers and our producers. we hope that we all can come back again on Tuesday. With that, I don't know if Jima Gasson or Paul Gasson will take us on small music.
All right, let's see what we got. And I want to take you home with a Liberia thing. Let's see. We'll take our home with our national anthem and Takunje. And we want to wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself, and I will catch you soon. Good night.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us more, yeah? Okay, let's go.